beautiful people, welcome to your one-stop show, the show that treats issues that affect youth and adults alike, youth.com.
A program that educates you as well as entertain you, youth.com.
The program that keeps your brilliant mind glued to your TV set, youth.com, youth.com, youth.com.
My name is Harriet.
And I am Aziz.
And you're watching
youth.com.
Now today on youth.com, we'll be talking about a topic that bothers both youth and adults alike. You know, those who are in a relationship.
You know, for example, Harriet and myself now. Now, you know, sometimes I wonder, after each episode, will Harriet still remember me? Will she even think about me? You know, it bothers me, really.
Aziz, are you saying that I don't like you enough to keep you in my mind even when you're out of my sight?
Well, you would have to answer that question yourself, really.
What question exactly?
Is out of sight, out of mind?
We pose the same question to you on We Think.
And Chat Zone promises to be very interesting because we will be revealing to you why some people think out of sight is out of mind.
Or not.
Oh,
Our entertainment segment, Zing, gives you celebrity gist that you do not want to miss.
360 Degrees is packed full. You don't want to miss the interviews and more of your opinion that will blow your mind.
Okay, guys, let's find out if Aziz is right, that he's out of my sight is out of my mind.
Well, you're already agreeing. You're already agreeing to the fact that out of sight is out of mind for you.
I will be right back.
Stay tuned.
It takes an extra effort to push the limit. This is what we do at Studio 21, giving your talk shows, TV soaps, musical videos, news features, game shows, and interactive programs the right shot is our natural strength. We are equipped with EX3 cameras, crane, lights, mobile studio for online editing, dolly and track, Tascam, and other modern tools. With our VIP room, guest reception, and parking lots, we give you and your guests the comfort that you can get. No power failure with our standby power generating set. We also offer consultancy services for TV and radio content development. So hurry, let your show become the biggest hit of all time. For studio booking and inquiries, call the numbers showing on your screen. Studio 21, imagine, create, express.
Welcome to Chat Zone on youth.com. My name is Aziz. And you know, as usual, we bring you an array of brilliant discussants who are going to talk about different issues that people usually don't delve into. Now, today, the question we're tackling is out of sight, out of mind for you? To tackle this question with me, I have Tony Albert. He's the president of Real Youth Initiative.
Thank you.
We have Izin. She was on The Debaters.
Thank you.
We have O.C. Ukeje, an actor, the winner of Ambo 2.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And we have our very own Harriet.
Hello.
You're welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, the question today is, the question we are tackling right here is out of sight, out of mind. I'd like to start with you, O.C.
I think I'm from the small demographic that does not believe that out of sight is out of mind. I think that out of sight doesn't necessarily mean that someone is out of your mind. Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, Harriet, like you have something to say.
It's so out of mind. Seriously, out of sight is out of mind because when the person is not there for you to see, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of distractions that would keep that would distract you from, you know, doing the things that will keep you in touch with this person. So out of sight is definitely out of mind because you have other priorities. That's the truth.
Well, I don't agree. I don't agree. I mean, if you say out of sight is out of mind, then what about the concepts of people having a strong impression on you? What about the concepts of having a legacy, people leaving a legacy behind?
Yeah.
You know, what about the concepts of you choose your priorities based on the experiences that you've had?
Thank you.
You know,
Exactly.
when you go to bed at night, there are certain people, whether they are in the now, you know, in your house, with you, whether you've seen them, what, a year ago, 2, 3 years ago, there are people that when you go to bed at night, you will remember.
Exactly.
There are people that, if you go shopping, for example, and you've got a friend, you know, who you haven't seen for maybe 3 years, and you used to shop together, you know, when you go shopping without that person, what 3-5 years down the line,
maybe.
nostalgia
Yeah,
will come.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
you get into
Sorry,
that
sorry,
shop
excuse me, let me-
and you remember
I need
that person.
I need to cut you short there.
Okay.
Agreed. Yes, there are nostalgias and everything, but you would not deny the fact, that when that person is out of your sight for, let's say, a month, 2 months, 3 months, or 1 year, there is you don't. It's not. The person might be on your mind, but it's not as fresh as it used to be.
But
But the
There is a
person
difference.
is on your mind.
No, seriously, but
point is-
not 100%.
But the person is
Not
on your
100%.
mind.
So you
Look,
agreeing that it has an effect, being out of your sight, it has an effect on whether the person is on your mind totally or not.
No,
That means when you're, let me use it for example, when your girlfriend leaves you and travels to some, maybe
Yeah,
in the United States
girlfriend.
for a while, and maybe for a year, the love drops.
No, I'm saying that I'm on the page of out of sight is not out of mind because
No,
as far-
but you just agreed
No.
to the fact that it
No, he said-
affects
no,
the percentage.
no, I did not.
So it doesn't drop.
See,
It doesn't
Okay.
because as far as the word priority goes,
Yes.
yes.
if someone is priority in your life, whether near or far,
Yes.
it is not going to
Exactly.
change the position. The truth is, you will be occupied with many things, whether the person is there with you or not. Even when the person is there with you, you will still have to work if you work.
Okay, I believe
Do you
it
see?
depends on.
But at the end of the day, whether work or not, you have your
Priorities,
priorities,
at least
and the
the
person
priorities, yes.
maintains that position.
Okay.
Exactly. You can't take that.
If the person maintains the position, if the person maintains the position,
Okay,
does.
I believe I want to toe the same line of thought with OC. Just like he said, it depends on the relationship that you have with that person. For instance, okay, let us say, let's not even go into the girlfriend and the boyfriend thing. Your family members. At times you might be here in Nigeria or maybe in a state different from where they are. It depends on the relationship that you have with that person. Even if the person is your girlfriend, no matter how much love you've shared with the person, it depends on where the person is in your heart. So I don't believe out of sight is out of mind. I believe
Oh, Harriet, it's like you're alone here.
What of the situation where,
Okay.
where a man marries this girl, granted, the girl has been staying abroad, and they have already determined the fact that, okay, this is where you're staying, this is where I'm staying. We won't get married, we'll sort it out. Now they're married, she's there, now he's having problems with her being there. Okay, because she's not there to, what's the word, curtail him. He starts carrying girls about.
okay.
No, seriously, what do you say about that?
you know what I'll say to
Even-
that?
Even if,
I think I should respond to that.
Okay.
Whether he's with her or not,
He will
if
still
he's
cheat.
going to cheat, he will cheat.
but there is some sort of
Check and
There
balance.
is
You know,
no-
check and
Check and balance aside, if he is going to cheat, he will cheat.
I'm not disputing that fact.
in
I'm not
every-
disputing that fact. What I am saying is there is nobody to hold, as in, no. Okay, now he has his wife in the house. He goes to work. Yeah, he knows that he has to go back home, even though he has to pick 1 or 2 flings here and there and do that. But if the girl is not there, he can take that woman to his matrimonial home.
okay.
But my point is, I like the example you've used. The point is his wife out of his mind?
The ladies are so passionate about it.
It's a starting process.
No, is his wife?
It's a
because
starting
the
process.
wife is not out of his mind.
But she's not.
Do you
she's not up
understand
there.
me? So whether he's cheated or not, it's actually not a guarantee that she's off his mind.
Okay, let me ask. Let me
this
ask.
is
Let me
okay.
ask
I
this
thought we were saying
question.
that's making
Let me
it
ask
okay.
this
That's
question.
what
Let me ask this question.
Okay.
Let me throw this question open. If your spouse has to take a job, like okay, you have to spend some good 4 years.
I
out
was
of the country.
going to ask that same question,
Like
which is what I was saying
some
before.
good 4 years out of the country. What?
Does that mean that your spouse is out of your mind? No. Because there will be the times when you will get married, you will settle down, but something will probably have to take you out of state or out of the country, for a while.
Okay, I know
The
of
person,
someone.
you're tied to the person.
I know of someone.
So it doesn't really affect you.
Yeah, it doesn't say that the person is out of your
I
mind.
know of someone who is sitting here who says that if his wife is going away for 4 years, they have to go together. Or she doesn't take the
I think
job.
I know the person too.
Oh, good. Well, she shouldn't take the job. Because a lot of things can happen.
But you know, I believe there are people who they just can't stand being alone away from their spouse for too long.
It depends
What
on
I
the
believe is
dynamics of
Now,
each
so
relationship.
Yes.
what advice would you give to such people?
So, okay, on my own end, I want to believe that communication matters.
Okay.
Okay, because
when somebody is out of maybe where you are, the person is here in Nigeria, somewhere there in London, or maybe Ghana. Let's forget about the distance. Okay, it depends on the communication, that as in the communication link. How often do you call this person? How often do you talk to this person? Because communication matters a lot.
Okay.
Once the communication fails, then there is problem.
Oh,
Sorry,
thank you, Tony.
darling, I
So,
couldn't call you. I was busy at work.
now, so Tony says
That's where it
communication.
starts from.
Yes.
Now, Easy.
I think it starts from commitment.
Yeah.
It starts from having someone's back and knowing that person has your back. And that's not something you find very easily, you know. So when you find it, regardless of the distance, regardless of where that person is, it's important to you.
Thank you, Izzy. Thank you,
It's
Izzy.
important. No, but that's the truth.
You want to add anything to that?
Yes, I think that as far as commitment goes, it's the foundation.
Yeah.
It's foundation that is built upon each dynamic relationship between man and woman. So that if you guys work out your foundations and you know what you can deal with, what you cannot deal with, then you know how to make decisions from there.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Saying, work out your foundation.
Foundation.
Yes.
Build a
Yes.
solid foundation. Now, Harriet.
Harriet is here alone.
Right.
Now,
Okay.
is there anything you want to tell? You want to tell? You want to tell?
Well, I've always believed that out of sight is out
Out
of
of
mind,
mind?
but it's still based on priority, like
Okay.
you said. We'll see. It's based, if the person places you top, you know, then you should be. But still, don't give room.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for calling.
Communication matters.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah.
much. Harriet, thank you. Thank you,
You're
Tony.
welcome.
Thank you, Izin. Thank you, OC. We've
Pleasure.
had a wonderful time. Now, people, you've heard it all. Tony says communication. Izin said you have to be committed. She talked about commitment. OC is saying build a solid foundation, and
Priority.
Harriet just got reorientated.
I agree.
Come to the winning side.
agree.
Come to the winning side.
So that's all we have for you today on the chatzone.view.com. Stay tuned for more.
She said she love my flow, no, I got it go. Bitch, you wanna roll, 724, blame it on my sploofy. You wanna blame it on my sploofy, yeah. So I don't go, sploofy, they ring. Everywhere we go, chicks follow the train. Blame it on my sploofy, blame it on my sploofy. Yo.
It's the remix, better feel this. Need a couple of balls for me to kick this. Need a couple of balls for me to flip this. You can call me the boss, I shine like my left wrist. I'm nice with the flow, cash flow, you know when girls want blow. I got more notes, I know I'm in choir. CBN Game Boy with Naira.
When you see me the flow now, walk on my window the shit. To the north, baby. To the south, to the west, how I love baby. Ha, we did I know you like this. I can see through. Feel it, see breeze, let it blow you. Sploofic remix, brand new. I'm frolic in your system, that too. Boy fresh, pocket pokey. Sploofic, that's what them are chanting. Hey, this you can see them are panting. Walking man, yeah, everlasting.
The boys want me, #1 queen, e-box to me. Girls understand if no money, know that I'm turning you to dummy. Boomerang, when he finish with you, he gon' dump you on to the next one. Sploofic, that's why Boomerang Ichiban. First lady knows all the mama fan.
I got it done. Bitch, you wanna roll 724. Blame it on my Sploofic. You wanna blame it on my Sploofic. So I don't go. Sploofic, they ring. Everywhere we go, chicks follow the train. Blame it on my Sploofic. Blame it on my Sploofic. I shake on the mountain, Sploofic 10. Step on the scene, still fresh and so clean. All I said was, yo, yo, yo. Chicks be feeling the boy. Walkerman clan, where they reign supreme. Our flavor sweet past your ice cream. That's why we flaunt it. Everywhere we go, they shout it. Sploofic, oh Sploofic,
Oh, splendid,
oh Sploofic,
oh unique,
oh Sploofic,
oh fantastic,
oh Sploofic.
oh Sploofic.
She said she know my flow, no, I got it done. Bitch, you wanna roll 724. Blame it on my Sploofic. You wanna blame it on my Sploofic. Swag along, go. Sploofic, they ring. Everywhere we go, chicks follow the train. Blame it on my Sploofic. Blame it on my Sploofic. Sploofic, so Sploofic, so Sploofic. Remix, 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 Sploofic, oh Sploofic, oh Sploofic, oh Sploofic. Sploofic is the case and they blame me. Sploofic, yes. All eyes open. Walking my movement. Okay. Outshine. Afroholic.
Winner of 2010 edition of Big Brother Africa, Uti Nwachukwu, and one-time most beautiful girl in Nigeria, and rapper Munachi Abe, are not married though. They only modeled Maya Atafo's newly launched Prince and Princess outfits. Yes, they stole a kiss like the real couple, but they both are still very single.
When two opposite sex are in love, words like joy, fulfillment, and happiness are never distant from their lips. The seeming euphoria that both lovers feel soon turns to doubt. Should either of them travel a long distance? Thus, the cliche, out of sight is out of mind.
Out of sight is not necessarily out of mind.
No. Oh, not really. Out of sight cannot be out of mind.
No, not really.
No, out of sight is not really necessarily out of mind.
But out of sight is not out of mind.
Youth.com hits the streets and asks young people why it is assumed that out of sight might be out of mind. Their responses will amaze you.
You do not see somebody does not mean the person is not in your mind. Do you get? You could not be seeing person, but yet you have the person's interest at heart.
If you really want the person, even if you are not seeing the person, there are still some things that you have to hold on to that will make the person feel very close to you. So out of sight shouldn't be out of mind.
Nobody can be out of mind. No matter how long the years may be, people can still be in your mind no matter what they do to you or the offense.
Not seeing someone on phone that you love, at times you get fed up.
Because sometimes when you have someone that you love and when you don't see that person often, I'm sure you forget about that person. But if you really see that person from time to time, or not like always, but if you see that person from time to time, I think that feeling for love will be there. But when you don't see that person, I'm sure that you kind of forget that person.
An example, I'm going out with a guy, he's in the United States of America, and I'm here serving in Lagos. So it doesn't really mean.
Interesting, isn't it? Armed with the curiosity to know the extent to which long-distance relationships succeed, we sought many more opinions and their response.
Long-distance relationship, I think the chances of success in long-distance relationship, to me personally, is 50-50.
For me, from my own aspect, I think 80%.
50-50. For me, it doesn't have any degree. It's just what you have in mind that determines.
But wait a second. Why would young people think along this line?
Distrust majorly, because when you don't see the person, you feel you don't know what is happening over there. And there is this attachment, okay, one is supposed to get when you see your spouse physically.
Distance. That's justice. Distance.
Challenges is that you cannot see your partner always. You have some emotional, feelings about your partner, and you can't see the person.
Definitely there will be challenges, because sometimes you might want to see the person. Sometimes you might feel the absence of the person.
The real love is not going to be there, either from a man or from a woman.
The challenges are much. Not seeing the person often, constant breakup, be able to trust the person, to know what the person is doing over there. You lack communication.
It's not easy, because for me, I'm scared to lose my girl.
Having come this far, it is evident that some lovers believe that physical proximity is the only way to nurture a healthy relationship, as sharing love, emotion, and showing affection is easily tested and their relationships secured. But does physical closeness guarantee emotional closeness?
Physical closeness sometimes can bring about emotional closeness. There is no way I can have emotional feeling for somebody I don't see physically. So physical closeness gives birth to emotional closeness.
Yes, physical closeness, when you are physically with someone, that is when you guys are together. When you are together, you don't compare the sharing of things you will say. Compare it to something you will say on phone. When you are together, you can share things emotionally.
No. Physical, you get to see the person every time. But, in talk of emotion now, you have to start thinking of, how tender the person would be when the person is here. But even if it's physical, there are some things, even the person might be annoying, but, the person will be there in front of you to apologize, to say some things, and definitely you feel okay. Unlike over the phone, it's not always easy. You start holding on to emotional stuff, and at the end of the day, you might get hurt.
No. You can be close to someone, but that person doesn't love you. Will be playing around you every day, pretending to love you, telling you a cock and bull story, but at the end of it, he doesn't love you.
Yes, it's almost the same thing, because if there's a closeness physically, there's emotional closeness, like mother to a child.
Issues relating to love will always attract endless commentary. Out of sight does not necessarily mean out of mind. It depends on individuals involved in the relationship.
Just for them to be faithful and sincere to their partner.
It's good to get acquainted with the person you want to love very well. You have to study the person and know how far the person is doing.
Try as much as possible to bring your spouse close to yourself. Okay, it makes a lot of things very easy for you.
The advice is they should both be prayerful.
Find out before the relationship started and before the distance. If there's a love in the relationship, no matter the distance, people can still make up.
It's not easy. You just have to, your mind should always be focused.
Agreement, trust, prayer.
Along the line, you still need God's direction for both parties not to be misled.
Youth.com believes that what is most important about love relationships is emotional and not necessarily physical closeness. If your spouse stays far apart and you're willing to see your relationship survive and thrive, then consider a few tips. 1. Ask the important questions at the onset to make sure you are both clear on the parameters of the relationship defining your relationship status, like just friends, courting, or engaged. And not forgetting the popular FWB, friends with benefits. Although this might be a difficult question to ask, but will save you from the trouble of misunderstanding down the line. 2. Maintain frequent communication, e.g. video chat, text messaging, phone calls, and emails on a daily basis. 3. Be positive and avoid being unnecessarily jealous. 4. Ensure that you pursue same interests despite the distance. And 5. Talk about your future together.
Okay, Aziz, you've seen now as the show unfolded that it depends on the individual.
Okay, so you're saying out of sight is out of mind according to your own individual.
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I will never forget you. Seriously, because you're always on my mind. Here. See, yeah.
That's...
What? You're shocked that I hold you as a dear friend?
Well, I'm not shocked that you hold me as a dear friend. I'm just shocked that she's agreeing let alone confessing it on air. Now that's hallelujah.
As is. Don't let me change my mind.
Okay. You can also keep us on your mind by logging on to www.youtv.com.ng.
And if you have not joined our community, you can do so by clicking on the registration icon, fill the form, and submit.
An activation link will be sent to your email, which will appear in either your spam or your inbox. All you need to do is click the activation link and you're so part of us.
All right, until we come your way again next week, please stay on our minds because we have you on our minds. Let us stay on your mind.
Keep us on your mind.
Yeah, don't twist because we have you on our mind.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week, guys.
I have you on my mind.
Oh, shut up.
I
See you next week.
Really?
Bye. Shut up.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, really, I have you on my mind.
Bluefix, 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 bluefix,